we actually are going to start something new here every week. We're going to do our podium picks of the week, Tommy.
Yeah.
So this week we have chosen to pick our top 3 open workouts, and we'll go from third to first. Now this doesn't mean like this is just ones that we liked. It doesn't mean like the way they played out or anything like that. It's just like open workworkouts that we really enjoyed. So
kind of like our Mount Rushmore, but for CrossFit style, our podium picks.
Our podium picks. Okay, so we'll go from third to first, and
do you want to go third, second, first?
Yes,
first?
let's just say we'll alternate.
Snake draft style.
I like that. Okay, so I will let you start.
Okay,
and you can give me your third place open workout.
So my third place open workout in history is the very first open workout. And it was also a repeat in 14.1 as well.
Yes. That's the double unders and the snatches, right? Yeah.
I have a special, that is my Disney moment, if you will. Because for about 24 hours, I was the worldwide leader in that workout.
I did not know that.
Yes.
For 20 hours.
About 24 hours,
Was this was in the repeat or the first one?
The first one. Definitely not the repeat.
I was going to say. All right. So 2011, you were I remember doing that. I did that workout in a Globo gym with like a real thick rope, and I got so many just weird looks from people, and it crushed me. Like it was hard.
I remember, so it was at my affiliate in Salinas, and the first workout comes out. I'm like, all right, let's get ready to do that. And I knew it was a good workout for me. I wasn't as strong as I am now, but the lighter weights and like higher reps was like right up my alley. I love double unders. It's always been one of my favorites. And I remember we're doing it, and I was just like, I can just keep going. I'm not like through the first 5 or 6 rounds, I'm like, I'm not tired, and I can push the pace a little bit here and going. And I don't think I missed a double under, and I kept going on the snatches pretty solid. And I remember, I think I was 9+ rounds or something like that. And I remember getting done and thinking like, that was a good score. And we scorecard, marking it off, calculating it. And then my buddy who was judging me and counting looks at the scorecard, and his eyes got really big. And he had his phone up, and he goes, I think that's the best score in the world right now. And I was like, what?
I'll take things that will never happen to me for 500, please, Alex.
And he goes, yeah, dude, you smashed that. And we went back, and because I had like my little video phone, like my video, and then we went and counted everything. I'm like, yeah, holy crap.
Damn, man, good for you.
Fun fact, I couldn't stay and like hang out and like enjoy the moment because I had to go hop on a plane to Las Vegas for March Madness. Rest in peace. And
it's going to come back.
And so I get off the plane to Vegas, and I'm like hopping right in because the workout got announced Thursday. Friday is when I hopped on the plane to Vegas, and that's the second day of the first round of games in March Madness. So March Madness always starts on a Thursday morning.
Right.
And the second round of first round games is on Friday.
Those are the best. Those first 2 rounds are
so
good.
Fun. So good. So I did the workout in the morning, hopped on a plane, got in for the back half of round 1. And then my phone's blowing up. And I'm getting tagged on Twitter. I'm getting tagged, like people have been like, yo, is this you? Because I submitted my score. And I remember the CrossFit Games tweeted out, I think a jab, and it was maybe because of Rory or something. Someone tweeted out a jab. It was like, "Hey, Jason Khalipa, are you going to let fellow Santa Clara alum at T-Mark14 beat your score?" Because I had gotten Khalipa by a couple reps, and that was the beginning of the end for me. Because like once all the big dogs were like, "Huh, who's this guy?" and then they just smashed.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's your. See, if I was the leader in the world on any workout, that'd be my number 1.
Yeah.
So you put that number 3.
Yeah.
So that's impressive. My third place one is just because I like to work out, not because I did specifically well on it. It was the 55 chipper.
Ooh, yeah.
That they did. I think it was at the Air Force Academy. And I think it was Katrin and Sarah.
Yeah, 16-4.
I can't remember the specific amount of movements, but I just remember thinking like I just like chippers because I can be doing a movement and I can get it to be done. Because I remember I did the deadlifts like 10, 9, 8, all the way down to 1.
Yeah.
And I remember
55
that,
exactly.
Yeah, and that was the first. And I don't remember the second movement was.
It was deadlift, wall ball, rowing, handstand push-ups.
Yeah, I think you're right.
55 of each.
And I just liked that workout. I just thought it was good. I just remember like feeling good at like the deadlifts. I go, yep, that was a good rep scheme. And then the rower, I can row.
Yeah.
I love doing some row. And then the wall balls, I was like, I'll rip through these.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think for me that was actually that was a pretty good workout. And I just, like I said, I love chippers, and I just have. That's one where if it came up again, I'd be like, yeah, got no problem doing that.
That was a cool workout. The rep scheme was cool. The open announcement was cool at the Air Force base. You judged me in that workout.
I judged you in a lot of them.
You judged me in a lot of open workouts.
Yeah, you did really well in the open workouts.
I remember that one because I was worried about not beating Marston Heber on the handstand push-ups, and you were there just like, that's a good workout. That was a fun workout.
Yeah, that was a good time.
The chipper is always a good one.
Yeah, love it. Okay, let's go to your now silver medalist, your second place open workout.
16.2.
Which one's that?
So that is the 4-minute intervals, I believe, and it was a set of like 25 toes to bar, I think 100 double unders, and then a certain amount of squat cleans at ascending weight. So so
that was horrible.
I think it was 15, then 13, then 11, then 9, 7, 5, 3. And it started at 135 and went 185, 225, 275, 315.
Yeah, that's right. I remember I had to do that with an ace bandage on my left leg because I'd pulled my groin in the workout before, which I believe was the lunges.
Yes. Yeah, the overhead walking lunges.
Cramped up like not fun. So
that was I think you judged me on that one too, and that was a fun Disney moment beating Marston and Heber because no one at the time in our group, in our little like workout group, had gotten through the 225s because it was the 11 at 225s after 75 toes to bar and all those double unders is what was crushing people.
Yeah.
And I remember I got to like 7 and I was like, I got this. And then I did the remaining toes to bar in singles.
I remember just everything you could have done wrong in that workout. I did wrong. Like I think I tried to string my toes to bar together. I didn't take enough breaks or in the double. Like just throttled through it, and then I got to the barbell. Went, oh god, it was horrible. Like just failed reps. I should not be failing.
Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed that mixture. Right, like the double unders, like a minor, like just kind of a nuisance there. Toes to bar, midline stuff, and then heavy squat cleans. That was one of those ones with workouts because I remember the open announcement was done at the garage. It was Dan Bailey versus BKG.
That's right. That was a good one.
And that was like, hey, we can broadcast from someone's garage, like this is pretty sweet. And that was another one where that was a paradigm shifter for me as far as like the games athletes are concerned. Mm-hmm. I was like, if you had told someone 4 or 5 years ago, 2011, 2012, that games athletes were going to be doing 150, maybe 125 toes to bar, and then knocking out five reps at 315.
You'd be like, "There's no way."
Yeah, people be like, "No, absolutely not." And that was a cool moment because of what it signaled too. That was why it was one of my favorites.
Okay, so 16.2 for you. So second place for me, and this is going to be my sort of Disney moment. This was 13.2.
Yes.
I think it was a 10-minute AMRAP of 5 deadlifts at 115. Was it 10 shoulder to overhead at 115?
I think it was 5 shoulder to overhead.
10. Okay, 5 shoulder overhead, 10 deadlifts, and then 15 box jumps.
Yep.
And you could step the box jump. So I was like, I'm stepping the hell out of these things. So like, I got going. I'm like, move this weight. This is not a problem for me. I can keep on like 115's light. And this was 7 years ago. And then got on my box jumps and again just stepping them. Kept moving. And I ended up beating Mars. I beat Mars by like 4, and he redid it. I think I beat him like 4 reps because he insisted on rebounding his box jumps. I'm like, Mars, don't do that, man. You got to step them. Like it's going to seem slower, but it's not.
That's the wisdom right there.
And I think I had Julian at one point, and then he redid it, and then he beat me. But I know I'm about 100% sure that I beat Mars when he did it the second time.
And there's a funny story about that. It's funny. That's like the perfect like outsmarting Mars like. The field mouse is fast, but the owl sees at night kind of deal. And Julian, when he retested, that was when our like frenemy, like open stuff really ramped up.
Yeah.
Because that workout came out and we both did it on Friday and I beat him and I beat Mars too. And I was like, hey, are you guys going to retest? Like are you guys going into workout at all? And he's like, it was a Sunday.
I remember this.
And he's like, no. I'm like, okay. I'm sitting around. I'm like, you know what? I have a feeling he's lying to me. I'll go in and get a workout in at the office. And I walk in and sure enough, Julian is warming up to retest the open workout, and he wasn't going to tell me. Julian is Julian Marquez, by the way. He's also known as the Sauce Boss graphics guy from the Buttery Bros, too.
Yeah, did a lot of graphics for us when he worked at the games, too. Yeah, a lot of early stuff.
And he did graphics for the Fittest Dog.
Mm-hmm.
He totally lied to me. And so I strapped up and we did it side by side again.
And you beat him, of course.
Yeah.
Of course you did, because that's what you do. So yeah, that's my second place one is 13.2.
And you use superior wisdom and intellect to maximize.
It's the only time that strategy has really paid off for me. And I'm like, yep, beat you, ha! And that was at those days, and still now. If I can just pick off one young guy, I'm like, all right, I'm okay. Yep. I got my one workout. All right, let's go to your champion now. I can't wait to hear what your champion is, because
all right.
You've already led the world and won.
Yes.
So.
For briefly, all it took was a couple of Coors Lights, and I was back outside the top 10. My champion open workout is one that we haven't seen repeated yet, and I really hope we do one day, and it's 15.3.
You'll have to refresh my memory.
So it is 7 ring muscle ups.
Oh, yeah, this was great.
50 wall balls, 100 double unders maybe.
I think that's right. It was It was a large number.
Yeah. That one was the one where I really felt like I turned the corner on muscle ups 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was in one of my favorite stories of how friendly competition can help elevate people. So we did that workout together. I think me, Heber, Marston, one of my favorite photos from us training back in the day is of that workout. Kerry Hare at the time, who was a facilities manager for CrossFit.
Yeah, and who went to the regionals. Was that the year he went?
That was the year he went. It was because remember, that was the year they cut down for the super regional numbers. Yeah. So the number of athletes that went to regionals got cut in half. So Kerry was, on the bubble a little bit, really trying to fight to qualify that year. And he was making a really concerted effort, really putting in the work. And he did it Friday. We did it Friday afternoon and beat him. So he came back.
That didn't go over well, I'm sure.
Well, but it wasn't. It's not like he had a bad score, but we just really outperformed.
Sure.
I think we outkicked our coverage there.
Yeah.
Because we were all pushing each other and we were all in a good mood. Monday he comes and beats our score. We come back that afternoon, do it. We beat all of our scores again. I was really happy with my performance because I beat both Marston and Heber in a muscle up workout, which is typically
those guys are really good at those movements.
Yeah, and I didn't typically do that. And I remember doing the first 2 rounds of 50 wall balls unbroken, so I was feeling really fit. And Kerry's standing there at like 3:00 on the Monday before the deadline, sees us beat his score, laces them up, goes and does it for the second time that day, beats our score again.
That guy he still does. Some incredible fitness.
Crazy fit.
Ninja.
And I watched him do over 350 wall balls in a single day.
Sheesh.
And it helped propel
him. Yeah, and he made it.
Yeah, he made it that year, and that was a huge boost for him, and it was really cool. To feel like you're in the zone with your buddies, and then also see someone elevate their game and reach some new heights, which was super cool. I remember the feeling of doing that workout distinctly.
Yeah.
And the feeling of satisfaction after the effort that I put in, and nothing has topped that.
Yeah, those open days at the office were a lot of fun. I missed that because it was a good crew, and I was never in the competitive crew because I just didn't have that level. But it was just fun to be down there and watching everybody kind of throw down and having a good time, and encouraging each other, and music was blasting. Yeah,
hearing someone was going to go test it, so you're like, let's go down
there, get the popcorn. Tommy's going. Everybody's like going down. Okay, so that's a good one. My champion, and it's probably not for the same reason. Well, I guess kind of the same reasons, because I feel like this is the one that really kicked me in the butt to, man, you got to start practicing some of this stuff. And it was 13.1, and I don't remember the exact rep scheme. I just remember it was snatches and burpees. And I think the weight, it started like 75 pounds. I think it was like light, and then it jumped to 135. There was no 95. You went right to 135. And at that point, I was terrible at snatching, much better at it. And I give that, the reason I am is because I was so mad at the way I performed the first time in that workout that I was like, I have got to get better at this. And it was the one workout that I really enjoyed, and that I was like, it hasn't been repeated. And I hope it is, because I want to do it again. I should just do it anyway, because I know right now I would smash my score.
Oh yeah.
7 years, I'm a lot older, but I'm much better at snatching. I think my fitness is overall better. I think I could plan that one out. But that one to me was just like, it was one where even though I hated it, I couldn't get back to test it again. I'm like, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to smash it. Like, I got to learn. I was like working on my snatching at the gym, trying to come up with strategies. Like, just that was the one that got into my head that I was thinking about all the time. And I'm really kind of disappointed that we haven't repeated it yet. In
my opinion, it's one. And so obviously this is where we separate like personal podium from like just objective great tests. I think it was one of the best tests that the games have
so
had.
Good, yeah.
Especially for the time and place.
Well, and it's one of those where Dave always talks about you had to earn your right to get to the heavy barbell.
I think that was a test at that time that did a great job of combining two open workouts to creating this entire new beast, but giving us enough of a mental anchor to be able to kind of push and have something to rally around. And it was also it's another one of those things, like when athletes were repping out 210 for the men at the end of that workout, you're like, oh my gosh, these are just absolute beasts. And we got to see it. And that's what made me really happy about the Norwegian Throwdown. As the Norwegian CrossFit Championships, they used that as Phil Hesketh in his prepared programming, programmed that as one of the workouts and it was just really cool to see because of the history. And that's one I hope gets repeated at some point.
It's a great test. I mean, and to your point, is like watching fit people. Like I remember watching a guy I knew at the time who was a regional level athlete, like get to 165, and like I'm like, oh man, you're repping that out 165. That's impressive.
Yeah.
And at that point, like that was for someone to get like multiple. You didn't see that a whole lot, especially in just like your everyday gym. Not a lot of people were doing that. So
it forced people outside of their comfort zone in terms of weight jumps, and maybe kind of opened people's eyes to what was possible in that regard. And it was the first ever open announcement.
That's right. It was
the first live one. Yeah.
Yeah. Because those started in 2013.
Yeah. Dan Bailey and Scott Panchik.
Yeah. There you go. A little bit of trivia there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are our podium picks of the week, and we'll try to do that every week. We'll come up. Maybe they won't always be, CrossFit related. Maybe we'll do
breakfast cereal
or snack food or I don't know, movies that you got to watch when they're always on, something like that. Remote droppers. But we'll come up with something different every week. All right.